I'm finally entering Berlin after being dropped off at the Flixbus station a couple of miles ago. So let's explore the city. Right now I'm in Tiergarten Park, the biggest park of Berlin, 210 hectares big, about the 500 acres I would say. It has two monuments. One is the Victory Column, that's like right in the middle, and then at the end there is the Brandenburg Gate or the Brandenburg Tor. Both of these are located on the main street, because there is a big street going through this beautiful park, and both of these monuments are located on that main street. So gonna cross this beautiful park and take you along to the two next monuments. So let's go. And over there we have the Victory Column, or in German the Siegessäule. It is built because the Prussian won the war over the Danish in 1864. Originally it was built without the statue on top of it, but because when it was finished they already won another couple of wars, and that's why they decided to add the statue on top of it. So the Siegessäule, the Victory Column, looks over the Tiergarten. Such a nice big mosaic, very well maintained, very colorful. Of course a lot of noise from the street down there, but look at this. A proper sword fight. Over there the mosaic from the sword fight, and over here on the columns just the bullet holes from, I guess, late April, beginning of May 1945. And over here we have a Soviet memorial. It's just a couple of steps from the Brandenburg Gate. That's over there. It's still located in the Tiergarten. It's to commemorate the fallen Soviet soldiers during the Second World War. About 2,000 are buried here. In front we have like a tank and a piece of artillery, and on the other side a tank and a piece of artillery as well. What's interesting about this place, it was like built in 1945, 1946, and when the Soviets built the Berlin Wall, this was in the western side, so it was not located in their sector, so that way it was not in their hands and no Soviets could visit this. But in 1990 it was handed over to the German government, and now the government of Germany is maintaining this place in all its glory. And over there we are looking at the Brandenburg Gate. Of course this is the back side, but the front has way too many people for me to talk to the camera. At the front a new street starts. It's the first 2.5 kilometers. It's quite interesting. It has the American embassy, the Polish embassy, a building from the European Union, some other nice building, churches. Like every building along the way is quite nice. Has some piece of history to it. So yeah, this whole neighborhood starts to get very interesting. I'm gonna spend a lot of time here today because it's already the second day. It's like 9 in the morning, so yeah, let's go. And over here, literally 30 seconds away from the Brandenburg Gate, we have the monument for the murdered Jews in Europe. This is constructed not that long ago, 20-25 years ago, because this was built on the land called the Dead Zone, so like between the wall. About 2,700 stones are placed here, all different in height, ranging from 20 centimeters to 2.7 meters. And what they wanted to create with this is, one, of course, something to remember all the Jews that have been killed in Europe, but also give you a sense of a feeling of disillusion, the feeling of being lost, don't know where you are. And I can tell you, if you walk through here, you feel the walls closing in on you. You don't know how to get out. It's a daunting feeling. And just on the other side of the street we have another monument. It's a monument remembering all the gay men and all the lesbians that were convicted during the time period of the Nazis. Over 50,000 were convicted. A lot of them were brought to camps, concentration camps, then just vanished off the earth. This monument is only erected in 2008, so very recently. It looks like a concrete, to me it's like a concrete bunker, but inside there's a movie playing. And just like that, we're at the German Reichstag, or the Parliament building. It's built in 1894. It burned down in 1933. Someone was convicted and killed over that, but legend said it was done for something else. Nice building, a lot of security around it. 100 meters away from the Brandenburg gate and at the outskirts of Tiergarten Park. Found my breakfast spot near the river the Spree. I don't think it's breakfast anymore, I think it's brunch because it's 11 o'clock. At 12:15 I have an appointment to visit the Reichstag. You can do that for free. You can just walk up, make a reservation for a certain time slot. There are lots of spaces available when you just go up, so you don't have to do it online. And yeah, gonna have a look what's in the Reichstag, what we can see, what we find over there in about an hour. But first, food. If you come to Berlin and you have the time, make sure to surely visit the Reichstag. It's free. You just have to go in, reserve a spot at a certain time and then go back at that time. You go up by elevator, 4 levels, and the rest you just do by foot. No steps. You receive an audio guide so you can listen to on your own pace, and there are also some plaques you can read also at your own pace. But it's very beautiful, it's very nice. Make sure to surely put it on your list.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Listen!
These plaques explaining certain things about the history of Berlin are all over the city. English is one of the languages, so it's quite easy to follow and quite nice to read a little story from here to there. This is Schloss Charlottenburg, or Castle Charlottenburg. The city part is also called Charlottenburg, and this was built as a summer house, but actually it's the biggest castle in all of Berlin. Imagine this just being your summer house. It's built in 1695 to 1699. It was almost completely destroyed in the Second World War, so it's not the original anymore. It's now used as a museum. The garden is used as a museum to show what things grow back in the day, and inside is also a museum to show how they lived and what they had from meubilair and things like that. And this is part of the park of the castle. It's just beautiful. Different kind of trees, different kind of sights to see. some buildings left or right. And now, just to learn a little bit German, Apfeltasche. The Olympiastadium. It was well built between 1934 and 1936 to host the 36 Olympic Games, and you still see the rings from the Olympic Games on top of the stadium. Previously, another stadium was built on this exact location to host the Olympic Games of 1916, but because the First World War, those games never happened here. And then in 34 they demolished the old stadium and they built the new one, this one. I hope I can go inside, have a glimpse of what it looks inside like today. Is it still maintained? Yes or no? So yes, you can enter. 11 euros to enter this place, and apparently you can walk around freely outside and inside. You can't go to the changing rooms or anything like that, but should be able to see the inside of the stadium. I came by bike, but there is an S-Bahn and a U-Bahn station located over here, so you can either take the tram or the metro to arrive here from the city center. And this is the Mai Field. It was ordered by some German dictator to have a place for a lot of people to hold some celebrations. 60,000 people were able to sit in the stands, and on this grass field another 180 could stand. And when other high-ranking people came to visit Germany, they held some celebrations here, or on certain dates or with certain groups of people. They did some exercises, some military parades and things like that. And this is just behind the Olympiastadium. Over here we look again at the Langemark Hall and the bell tower. Why the Langemark Hall? Well, because in the First World War a lot of young people died near Langemark. It's a Belgian town not that far away from Ypres. And well, that German dictator fought in the First World War and was stationed not that far from Langemark. So this was something to or in memory of all the people dying in the First World War. And that's why this whole field is facing that hall and that bell tower in memory of. For me, the lowest one would be already high enough. But here we have the swimming pool. They are busy redoing the tribune, the stands, but good God, look at this. And behind over there are some more practice fields of all kinds. I see running, football, maybe even tennis, who knows. 76,000 people, before 100,000, but they renovated it in well, between 2000 and 2004, so the capacity is lowered a fair bit. The field is 105 by 68 meters and the track is 400 meters. The roof is also added. That was not here like almost 80-90 years ago, but this thing is just massive. Berlin from the 1st to the 16th of August 1936, and left and right it says Olympisch Siegle, so I think that's a Olympic winner, because it starts with the 100-meter running, won by Owens. Underneath it, once again Owens, and which country they come from. So yeah, nice to see the winners portrayed over here. Germans, Finns, Japan, Italy, USA. And then the stadium. This whole thing is almost 360 enclosed, but over there it's open. And I don't know if you see it, over there is like the place where they would have lit the Olympic flame, and then everybody in this stadium would see it burning. I'm at an airport, the less busiest one you've ever seen. It's Tempelhof. It's closed. Normally you should be able to walk or ride your bike on the tarmac, so that's why I'm here. But this just looks surreal, quite empty. It's I would say 20-minute drive from the city by bike. It's located on a hill, so let's check it out. This is it, Tempelhof Airport. Just after the war, a lot of people tried to flee East Germany or even Soviet states, and they tried to come here, and which was located in this airport was located in Western Germany. And they try to come here, to flee here, and then jump on an airplane and get out, because Berlin was surrounded by the east, by the Soviets, and they would capture you and punish you if you were fleeing before the Berlin Wall was in place. Runway, me, runway. This is a wild place. People walking, running, cycling, skateboarding, flying some small like airplanes, things like that. People over there made like a, we can't see it from here, but like a village or something, like with all natural material. There are some goats where you can just go in a goat park and just sit between the goats. There is over here there is a dog park where they can run for free. So yeah, it's just wild. Nice to see something like this happen with an old airport. It's a place for everybody, a nice place for everybody. And over here we have the Volksbühne, the theater, just a 5-minute walk from the Alexanderplatz, so in the middle of town. And apparently the group that plays here is also called the Volksbühne, just like the building. The Berlin Wall just was not one wall, it was a whole line of fortifications. An inner wall, an outer wall, and a dead zone in between. Over here we see some steel beams being erected on the path of the Berlin Wall. And a bit more over there we will see the Berlin Wall itself. And left and right on the floor you see some round tiles indicating how many people tried to flee at that place. A lot of people tried to go over it, tried to jump out of windows, but also a couple of tunnels were dug underneath the soil. But also a lot of people were killed on the Berlin Wall. And over here we will have one of those round tiles. So yeah, that person fled in 61. And you see a name, sometimes it's just one person or two person. And like you see over here, the reinforced concrete from the Berlin Wall, I think 3.5 meters high, made so it's hard to get over it with a round top. So this is Flugtunnel 57 or Escape Tunnel 57. It starts there, just behind the wall in the east of Berlin, and it came over here all the way to over there, I think, to the courtyard. And why 57? Well, pretty simple, because 57 people made the escape on 2 different nights in 1964. So now we are in East Berlin, and the vibe is totally different. The buildings look different, streets are different. Everything has another vibe to it. And like I showed you, the 2 rows of cobblestones is where the wall ran before. That's something they try to do in Berlin. For all the kilometers the wall was running, just to add 2 rows of cobblestones so people and tourists know where the wall once stood. What can I really say? This was Berlin, 4 days. Gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching, and until the next one.